1971 Toyota Corona Mark II 1900 SL. At first glance, the 1971 Toyota Corona Mark II 1900 SL looked like nothing more than a sensible family car. Clean-cut lines, modest dimensions, and a totally unassuming vibe made it blend effortlessly into everyday traffic. But lurking beneath that ordinary skin was the rugged 1.9-liter 8R inline-4 engine, good for about 105 horsepower and 104 pound-feet of torque. For the early 70s, that kind of output could easily catch rivals off guard, especially in city traffic where a 0 to 60 mph time of just under 13 seconds felt a lot quicker than it sounds today. Add Toyota's legendary reliability, and the Mark II 1900 SL quietly became a traffic light hero. The SL trim subtly improved the suspension and road manners without shouting about it, making it genuinely enjoyable for long-distance drives. 1974 Nissan Bluebird 610 SSS. Sliding into the scene next is the 1974 Nissan Bluebird 610 SSS, a car that didn't need wild body kits or racing stripes to prove its point. Designed for global appeal, the Bluebird kept things modest, clean lines, tidy proportions, and a look that could get lost in a mall parking lot, but dig deeper, and that SSS badge meant serious business. Under the hood sat a 1.6-liter L16 inline-4 engine, breathing through twin Hitachi SU carburetors, delivering around 109 horsepower and 101 pound-feet of torque. Performance wasn't earth-shattering, but a 0 to 60 mph time of about 11.5 seconds made it plenty lively for daily driving. Plus, with its sportier suspension and tighter steering, the 610 SSS handled twisty back roads with an enthusiasm that many never expected from a normal commuter car. Its charm was in the balance. Exciting when pushed, composed when cruising. No flash, just quiet ability. How many people would underestimate a Bluebird only to get a humbling reminder? 1975 Mitsubishi Galant GTO 2000 GSR. If looks could deceive, then the 1975 Mitsubishi Galant GTO 2000 GSR was a master illusionist. Bold muscle car styling, fastback silhouette, long hood, aggressive stance, scream performance, but many dismissed it as empty showmanship. Big mistake. The GTO 2000 GSR packed a 2.0-liter Saturn inline-4 with twin Mikuni Solex carbs, churning out about 125 horsepower and 130 pound-feet of torque. Thanks to a sub 1,000 kilogram curb weight, it could hustle from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just under 10 seconds. Beyond straight-line speed, the GTO GSR offered serious composure with firm suspension, front disc brakes, and a close-ratio 5-speed manual that rewarded spirited driving. Yes, the ride could be harsh, and yes, some still thought it was all bark, but those willing to push it knew better. The GSR had real teeth. 1977 Isuzu 117 Coupe XC. From bold muscle styling to elegant European grace, the 1977 Isuzu 117 Coupe XC changed the tempo completely. The 117 Coupe oozed refinement and sophistication, offering a rare premium edge for a Japanese car of the time. The XC variant, packing a 1.8-liter DOHC inline-4 with fuel injection, delivered around 130 horsepower and 123 pound-feet of torque. It wasn't blisteringly fast, but a 0 to 60 mph time of around 9.5 seconds meant it could certainly surprise a few drivers expecting nothing more than a pretty face. With its precise steering, supple ride, and upscale interior featuring leather seats and wood trim, the 117 Coupe XC played the Grand Tourer role beautifully, but with enough muscle tucked under its sleeves to earn genuine respect. 1973 Mazda Loose Rotary Coupe. Japan's obsession with rotary engines brought out some of the era's most fascinating sleepers, and few were as smooth and under the radar as the 1973 Mazda Loose Rotary Coupe. Styled by Bertone, the Luce's sleek, conservative exterior gave no hint of the rebel lurking beneath. A 12A twin-rotor engine delivering 130 horsepower and 115 pound-feet of torque. That compact, high-revving rotary meant that 0 to 60 miles per hour arrived in about 9.8 seconds, and the free-spinning engine character made it feel faster than the numbers suggested. 1971 Prince Skyline GC 10 2000 GT-R. While the Skyline GT-R gets all the love, the 1971 Prince Skyline GC 10 2000 GT deserves a lot more credit. The non-GT-R version kept things low-key visually. Clean lines, family sedan silhouette, but its soul was anything but tame. Under the hood lived the silky 2.0-liter L20A inline-6 with 115 horsepower and 116 pound-feet of torque. Thanks to its lighter weight compared to modern machines, it could sprint to 60 miles per hour in about 11 seconds. Nothing crazy, but enough to surprise unprepared drivers at a stoplight. 1976 Toyota Crown Coupe MS 112. Toyota's Crown line usually conjures images of cushy executive sedans, but the 1976 Crown Coupe MS 112 flipped that expectation on its head. With a stately presence and refined lines, the Crown Coupe looked every bit the luxury cruiser, but tucked inside was a 2.6-liter straight 6.4 M engine, producing about 140 horsepower and 156 pound-feet of torque. It could quietly hustle to 60 miles per hour in about 10.5 seconds, more than enough to catch people off guard, especially considering its full-size demeanor. The Crown Coupe offered a sleeper experience dressed in velvet. 1973 Nissan Cedric 2600GL. Few cars embodied the sleeper ethos better than the 1973 Nissan Cedric 2600GL. On the surface, it was a conservative executive sedan, formal styling, chrome highlights, and an unassuming posture. But underneath, it had real muscle. A 2.6-liter L26 inline-6 under the hood delivered about 140 horsepower and 152 pound-feet of torque, allowing the Cedric to sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 11 seconds. Smooth power, an eager highway demeanor, and unexpectedly capable handling for its size made the Cedric far more entertaining than appearances suggested. Step inside and the premium materials and cushy ride kept passengers happy even during spirited runs. Sure, it wasn't a corner carver and fuel economy was less than ideal, but as a stealthy cruiser, it absolutely nailed the brief. 1977 Toyota Mark II Coupe, precursor to the beloved GX61, stood quietly at the crossroads between practicality and performance. With clean styling and an elegant profile, the Mark II Coupe didn't shout about its abilities, but its 2.6-liter inline-6 engine offered a healthy 140 horsepower and 152 pound-feet of torque, paired with a smooth-shifting transmission that made for surprisingly brisk progress. A 0 to 60 miles per hour time of about 11 seconds wasn't jaw-dropping, but in the context of a refined cruiser aimed at discreet performance, it was right on point. Ride quality was smooth, the steering was responsive enough, and reliability was pure Toyota. 1972 Mazda Capella Rotary GS RX2. Saving one of the best for last, the 1972 Mazda Capella Rotary GS, better known as the RX2, fused groundbreaking engineering with a body that looked almost too mild to matter. Under the hood, the 12A rotary engine spun up 130 horsepower and 114 pound-feet of torque, sending the RX2 flying to 60 miles per hour in just under 9 seconds. Lightweight, agile, and eager to rev past 7,000 RPM, the RX2 had the kind of lively spirit that bigger, heavier cars couldn't match. Handling was sharp thanks to independent front suspension, and the cabin, while simple, was built around the driver with a sporty 3-spoke steering wheel and clear gauges. Sure, it wasn't perfect. Rotary engines demanded careful maintenance, and fuel economy wasn't a strong suit. But Japan's 1970s sleeper cars weren't just fast for the sake of it, they were clever, refined, and often underestimated. These machines captured the spirit of stealth performance long before it was trendy. No flashy spoilers or loud paint jobs, just pure hidden capability ready to surprise anyone who dared to judge them by appearances alone. Enjoyed this journey through Japan's forgotten street legends? Hit that like button, subscribe for more, and stay tuned. The next chapter of Hidden Automotive Gems is coming up fast. Vroom!